What's going on, YouTube? We back with breaking news, and actually, this story is a little bit concerning. Jonathan Majors is still being charged with a domestic disturbance even after his girlfriend has recanted her story. Now, the police arrested Majors, who is 33, in the Chelsea neighborhood of New York City after receiving complaints of a domestic disturbance in which he allegedly assaulted a woman believed to be his girlfriend. Now, Majors faced court on Saturday evening on charges of 2 counts of assault in the third degree, aggravated harassment, and attempted assault. The Creed star is accused of hitting a 30-year-old woman, causing substantial pain and a laceration behind her ear. According to the police, he's being charged with allegedly putting his hands on her neck, causing bruises and substantial pain. Major's criminal defense lawyer, Priya Chandri, said in a statement that the actor called 911 himself because he was concerned about his girlfriend's mental and emotional condition. His lawyer also stated that Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. We are quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that all the charges will be dropped imminently. His lawyer also states that the evidence includes video footage from the vehicle where the episode took place, witness testimony from the driver and others who both saw and heard the episode, and most importantly, 2 written statements from the woman recanting these allegations. All the evidence proves that Mr. Majors is entirely innocent and did not assault her whatsoever. It seems as though even with the witness recanting her story and the evidence that substantiates his lawyer's plea in terms of his innocence, the district attorney still charged him. Now, this goes to tell you that obviously there's a double standard when it comes to certain individuals who are in situations like this. Now, Dana White was in a domestic situation with his wife where he actually slapped his wife, and it was caught on camera. And that story has completely been swept under the rug. We haven't heard anything else about it. We haven't heard about him losing any endorsements or any other financial opportunities. Now, we have heard that the U.S. Army has stopped the marketing campaign that Jonathan Majors did for them that aired during March Madness. So obviously, there have already been financial ramifications that have affected him in a negative way. People on Twitter have also commented on this situation, saying that basically we were ready to throw Jonathan Majors under the bus without even having all of the evidence presented on the case. Another person on Twitter also responded, how could he be the one getting arrested when he called the police on his girlfriend for her erratic behavior? So it always seems to be a double standard when you think about some of our actors getting in these type of situations. You see it time and time again when entertainers put themselves in a position where they're getting a lot of work, making a lot of money, and becoming very popular. All of a sudden, something happens to knock them off of that pedestal. You don't see the same response when other people in entertainment or business get into the same type of domestic issues. Usually it's swept under the rug, kept very quiet. You don't hear much about it. But on the other hand, you have this sense of piling on when there's an actor like Jonathan Majors who's making noise in Hollywood. Now, you can say that this is a conspiracy or that he even put himself in this position. And I'm not saying that he didn't. We don't know all of the facts about the case. But we do understand weeks before when Dana White had a domestic issue that was recorded, you didn't get the same backlash that Jonathan Majors has received when this incident wasn't recorded and he had witnesses to substantiate his claims that none of this ever happened. Not only did he have that evidence, the person who filed the complaint recanted her entire story, but the DA still insisted on charging him. Now, this could be for many things. Maybe it's a distraction to throw us off of what's really happening in terms of Trump possibly being indicted and arrested. These are legitimate questions that need to be answered. Did Jonathan Majors just put himself in a bad position by possibly dating the wrong woman? Or is the media piling on this situation and this domestic violence accusation in an unfair manner, unlike they did when Dana White went through the same situation a couple of weeks ago? Now all of a sudden you have people tweeting about Jonathan Majors having a history of being violent and volatile on the set. None of this was ever heard of before. No one spoke of it previously. So it makes you wonder, why all of a sudden are all of these negative stories coming out about this brother when he's really on top of the world in terms of his career? Or should we be surprised at all? You know, the old saying is, no one exits Hollywood unscathed. Or maybe it's just them running that same old play. When they get tired of you, they dispose of you. Let's hope that Jonathan Majors gets out of this unscathed and continues to have a great career in Hollywood. He's an outstanding young actor. And also, let's bring to light this double standard, these inequities when it comes to Black entertainers and entertainers from other races that are accused of committing certain crimes but are treated totally different in the media. And in most cases, don't suffer the same career-ending ramifications that come from these domestic violence incidents. Marvel has cast at least one public figure, Josh Brolin, who was arrested in 2004 for assaulting his wife, and that barely put a dent in his career. Actually, he became one of the famed characters, Thanos. Tell me, what do you think, family? How do you feel about this case? Do you feel as though Jonathan Majors will survive this and have a flourishing career after this? Or do you think that this will have a major impact on his career? Now, we've discussed the double standards in Hollywood and the media and the way that they treat Black entertainers when they are faced with these type of domestic violence accusations. There's an obvious difference, and my question is, how long are we going to allow them to get away with this in terms of them prosecuting our prominent figures in entertainment at a higher level than what they do to white entertainers? This is something that we need to discuss and something that needs to be brought to the forefront in order for it to end. Now, if Jonathan Majors is guilty, then he needs to be dealt with in a court of law, and he needs to suffer any consequences that comes from this particular case. But if this brother is innocent, not only does he need to be vindicated, those who poured salt on his name and brought up past alleged bad behavior and need to be exposed for bringing up these accusations all of a sudden when they had plenty of time to expose this type of behavior if in fact it's true. Why now? Like we always say, let's change the narrative and refocus the optics. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon for the next one.